Stop scrolling. Your body is sending a quiet alarm, and tonight may be your last chance to hear it before it fades. If stairs feel steeper, if your legs wobble for a second you cannot explain, if night cramps bite like small storms, this is not failure. It is a message. Helena Blavatsky would say, matter is not mute, it speaks. The body is the visible house of will. When we ignore its signs, we bargain away strength we still could claim. You do not need complicated rituals or rare powders. You need a change of pact. Strength is not only about big muscles or heavy weights. Strength begins when nerve, bone, and muscle agree. When food and breath bring light to the system instead of noise. When small choices turn into a steady drum that you can trust. And yes, you can feel this in days, not months, when you act with clarity. Think of your next steps as a simple initiation. You will learn to feed the muscle without inflaming it, to calm the nerve without sedating your will, to support the bone without making your body heavy. You will turn late-night pain into clean energy for morning movement. You will walk without fear of the stumble. This is not hype. It is practice. It is discipline. It is understanding what the body has been repeating for years and finally answering, I hear you. Blavatsky taught that a person grows by aligning the visible with the invisible. We will do that here in practical ways. The foods we choose will act like small constellations. The timing will matter. The order will matter. The little rituals will matter. You will discover that strength is not loud. It is quiet and exact. It makes you steady in the hallway and sure on the stairs. It lets you carry your shopping and your life without fear. Stay with me until the end. There is a clear plan waiting, and a short nightly rite that locks this into your nervous system. Miss one part, and you miss the key. Now take a breath, listen to your legs, and prepare to open the first door. Because the change you want begins before you sleep. Have you ever stopped for a second to think about how fragile your independence really is? One moment you are walking freely, climbing stairs, moving with ease, and then, almost without noticing, the steps begin to feel heavier, the stairs steeper, and the distances longer. It does not happen in a single day. It creeps into your life slowly, silently, until one day you realize that your legs, the foundation of your body, the pillars that carry your entire existence, are not as strong as they once were. And the most alarming part is this: while you may see it as a natural part of aging, the truth is that it is a warning, a silent alarm that most people choose to ignore until it is far too late. Doctors, researchers, and ancient traditions all point to the same reality. Weakness does not appear overnight. It builds like a shadow, waiting for the moment you least expect to reveal itself. Think about those nights when you feel cramps that wake you suddenly, or the times you lose balance for a split second and brush it off as nothing. Have you ever felt that strange heaviness in your legs after only a short walk? These are not random events. They are signals. And every signal you ignore brings you one step closer to a life of dependence, where something as simple as standing up from a chair feels like climbing a mountain. Can you imagine that future? The fear of falling, the pain of moving, the frustration of watching your freedom slowly disappear. But here is the hidden truth. This path is not destiny. You are not condemned to weakness, frailty, and loss of independence. The body, incredible in its design, has the ability to rebuild and restore itself, if you give it the right conditions. That is the secret that so few dare to explore. The muscles in your legs are not just pieces of tissue. They are living forces, responsive to every choice you make. And when you choose wrong, they weaken. When you choose right, they awaken, regenerate, and protect you. Curiously, studies from around the world show that the first signs of decline in older adults do not begin in the arms or in the back. They begin in the legs. Your legs are the first to surrender when your body starts to lose strength, and they are also the first to recover when you give them what they truly need. Isn't that a fascinating paradox? The same legs that betray you with weakness can also be your greatest allies for vitality. The difference lies in the choices you make today. Think about this. When was the last time you climbed a set of stairs without noticing your breathing? When was the last time you walked for a mile without feeling some discomfort? These small details that you ignore are more revealing than you think. Scientists have found that people who lose muscle in their legs face not only physical challenges, but also psychological ones. A body that struggles to move creates a mind that begins to fear, to avoid, to retreat from life. Weak legs lead to fewer walks, fewer social encounters, fewer adventures. And before long, you are not just losing strength, you are losing moments, experiences, and the very joy of living. Yet, what if the weakness you feel is not an inevitable sign of age, but a direct consequence of neglect? What if the very foods you eat daily, or fail to eat, are determining whether your muscles stay alive or slowly fade away? Most people think strength comes only from protein or exercise. They believe eating meat is enough, or that going for a walk is sufficient. But the truth is far more complex and far more interesting. Your muscles are nourished not only by protein, but by a symphony of nutrients: potassium, magnesium, calcium, vitamin D, and antioxidants. Without them, your body begins to starve in silence, no matter how much food you put on your plate. This is why you may see two people of the same age living completely different realities. One running, traveling, and enjoying independence, while the other struggles to stand without pain. The difference is not luck, it is knowledge. It is the hidden science of nutrition and the daily decisions that, brick by brick, either build strength or tear it down. Imagine discovering that something as simple as what you put on your plate at dinner can decide whether you fall tomorrow or walk with confidence for years to come. And here is something most people never think about: the chain reaction of weakness. A slight decline in leg strength makes walking harder. Harder walking leads to less activity. Less activity leads to weaker muscles, poorer circulation, and fragile bones. Fragile bones mean fractures, and fractures often mean loss of independence forever. Can you see the cycle? It starts with something so small, but once it begins, it grows until it traps you completely. But you have the power to break this cycle before it even starts. The decision rests in your hands. Now imagine a future version of yourself, walking with energy, climbing stairs without fear, traveling, playing with grandchildren, or simply enjoying the dignity of being able to take care of yourself without depending on anyone. That version of you is possible, but only if you act now, because every day you delay, every signal you ignore, brings you closer to the other version of yourself, the one sitting in a chair, looking out the window, wishing you had taken action when you still had the chance. And let me tell you something that will change the way you look at this forever. The body is always whispering, but it also rewards those who listen. When you give your legs what they need, when you provide the right foods, the transformation is visible and fast. Strength returns, pain fades, balance improves. It is as if your body thanks you, rewarding your attention with renewed life. Isn't that extraordinary? That the answer could be so simple, so available, yet so ignored by millions. But here lies the greatest question. If this knowledge is so simple and so powerful, why do so few apply it? The answer may shock you. Because most people wait. They wait for the problem to become unbearable, for the pain to be constant, for the fall to already have happened. They wait until independence is already gone. And when they finally realize what they have lost, it is too late. Will you be one of them? Or will you be the one who sees the signs, who listens to the whispers, and who acts before the silence turns into a scream? Stay with me, because what I am about to reveal to you are not just suggestions. They are secrets hidden in plain sight. 10 foods chosen by nature itself to protect your legs, your strength, and your future. Foods that can stop weakness in its tracks, and even reverse what has already begun. But their power is not just physical. They carry with them the promise of independence, of freedom, of living life with dignity. And once you know them, you will never look at your plate the same way again. So I ask you, are you ready to uncover what has been kept from you? Are you ready to discover how simple choices can rewrite the story of your aging, of your vitality, of your very life? Do not miss what comes next, because the moment you discover the first of these guardians, you will feel the shift inside you, the realization that decline is not your fate, and that strength is still within your reach. Have you ever noticed how some people seem to age with strength still glowing in their bodies, while others of the same age walk as if every step is a burden? It is not always about luck, nor about having access to secrets hidden from the rest of us. Often it comes down to simple choices, repeated day after day, until the body either thanks you with energy or punishes you with weakness. And here is where the hidden guardians of vitality enter the stage. Those foods that at first glance may seem ordinary, but that carry inside them a force capable of transforming the way you move, feel, and even the way you see yourself in the mirror. Take the egg, for example. You might see it as a simple food on your plate, but science has revealed what ancient traditions already understood. The egg represents rebirth and wholeness. Inside it are all the essential amino acids your muscles need to rebuild and recover. Every time you eat an egg, you're not only filling your stomach, you are giving your legs the exact material they need to keep you standing strong. And perhaps you already experienced this without even realizing it. Think of the mornings when you ate a breakfast with eggs and felt satisfied for hours, compared to the days when you relied on processed bread or sugary cereal and felt drained before noon. This is no coincidence. It is your body responding with gratitude to true nourishment. Now let's look at fish, especially salmon, sardines, or tuna. In many coastal communities around the world, where fish is a daily part of the diet, people often live longer and remain active into old age. These are not just statistics. These are real human lives showing us a truth we can apply. Omega-3, found abundantly in these fish, is not just a nutrient, it is a shield. It calms hidden inflammations that silently attack your muscles and joints. Imagine inflammation like a fire burning slowly inside your body, weakening the structures that keep you moving. Omega-3 is like cool, healing water extinguishing those flames, allowing you to walk without pain, to bend without fear. Isn't it surprising how something so simple, available in every market, can protect you from years of suffering? And then, of course, there is chicken. It is often underestimated because it is so common, but here lies its power. Lean, light, rich in proteins that repair and strengthen. Think of someone you know, perhaps even yourself, who tried to eat lighter meals to maintain weight, but often ended up weak or tired. Chicken offers balance. It feeds your muscles without overloading your body with unhealthy fats. Add to that its content of vitamin B6, which fuels the energy process in your cells, and collagen from the skin and bones, which supports joints and ligaments. What does this mean in real life? It means bending without pain, standing up without struggling, walking longer without feeling like your legs are failing you. So let me ask you, how often have you ignored these foods, replacing them with processed snacks, sugary drinks, or fast meals? How many times have you thought that something so basic could not possibly make a real difference? And yet, science, tradition, and lived experiences all point to the same truth. The guardians of strength are often the simplest ones. The problem is that we take them for granted, and while we do, time keeps moving, the body keeps weakening, and independence keeps slipping away. Now imagine changing this pattern. Imagine beginning your day with a breakfast of eggs that fuels your energy, including fish in your weekly meals to extinguish the hidden fires of inflammation, and adding chicken regularly to ensure your muscles never run out of what they need to rebuild. How different would your days look? How much longer would your body carry you with dignity, confidence, and power? Do not underestimate these choices. They are not small, they are life-shaping. But here comes the conflict. Many will hear this and nod, but they will not act. They will say, I already know that eggs, fish, and chicken are healthy. But when the moment arrives to choose at the store, they will pick processed options, quick fixes, and empty calories. Why? Because knowledge alone does not change lives. Action does. The difference between the person who ends up sitting in weakness and the one who continues to walk with strength is not awareness, it is decision. Which one will you be? If you want to seal your decision right now, I invite you to take a small but powerful step. Go to the comments and write the sentence, I take care of my health. Do it not just for me, but for yourself. Writing those words is a declaration, a commitment to your future self, a reminder that you are choosing the path of strength and independence. And then, once you do that, look at the red button somewhere in the corner of your screen. Only the chosen will click that red button to subscribe to this channel, and those who do will be blessed with knowledge and reminders that can truly change their lives. Will you be one of the chosen? The choice is in your hands right now, in this moment. Do not let it pass. You have felt the first spark. Now we kindle it. Blavatsky would tell us to meet force with order, not noise. So we move from guessing to precision, from random meals to a calm sequence that teaches the body to trust you again. Strength is a pact. Tonight, we sign it with choices that speak clearly to nerve, muscle, and bone. Begin with the small sun you already know, the egg. Think of it as a balanced code. It brings complete amino acids, the raw letters for repair. It carries choline, the quiet helper that supports the signal from mind to muscle. It holds trace sunlight and a steadiness that your morning can recognize. Do not overcomplicate this. 2 eggs at breakfast are not a show of power. They are an act of alignment. Salt with awareness. Add a squeeze of lemon or a handful of herbs if your body likes them. Notice the clean alertness after you eat, not the rush. If you fear the old myths around eggs, pause and observe your own response. Energy after the meal. Calm focus. Less hunger at mid-morning. You are not a statistic, you are a person in a living body. Keep a simple note of how you feel. Let your experience speak. What would happen if, for 7 dawns, you let this small sun rise inside your routine? By midday, we invite the river. Fatty fish is not only fuel, it is a message of peace to inflamed joints and tired nerves. The oils are not magic, yet they act like diplomacy inside you. They help the system lower unnecessary noise so your signals travel without static. When signaling is clean, strength feels light instead of heavy. Choose what is real and close to you. Salmon, sardine, or mackerel if you can. Tuna or trout if that is what you have. A palm-sized piece is enough. Add a squeeze of citrus, a little olive oil, a green side. Keep the cooking simple and kind. The goal is clarity, not entertainment. You may notice something small on day 3. The stairs feel slightly less hard, not because you trained longer, but because the body is wasting less effort fighting itself. This is the kind of progress people miss. It is quiet. It is real. If you do not eat fish, there are still paths forward. You can use eggs and poultry as your base and layer in plant allies with calming oils. You can support your system with nuts and seeds that carry their own river within them. But keep the principle. Reduce inner noise so signals go where they must. When was the last time you measured progress by ease instead of exhaustion? Now we add clean flame. Poultry is useful here because it brings protein without a heavy shadow. It helps maintain muscle while your joints stay light. It does not shout in your system. Think of it as a respectful servant rather than a king. A simple evening plate can be enough. A hand-sized portion of chicken, a spoon of lentils, and a bed of greens. The mix supports repair, carries iron for oxygen, and offers the mineral calm that your sleep needs. Eat until you feel quietly satisfied, then stop one breath before you would have overeaten. There is a rule Blavatsky loved. Balance the seen with the unseen. Apply it here. Food is the seen. Your posture at the table is the unseen. Sit tall. Breathe before the first bite. Put the fork down twice during the meal. Each pause tells the nervous system that you are safe. How different would your nights feel if your dinner taught your nerves to exhale? Let us go deeper into why these choices matter. Muscles repair when they receive the right letters, in the right order, at the right times. Eggs and poultry cover the letters that build and preserve. Fish delivers the oil that lets the letters reach their target without friction. Greens carry the quiet minerals that tell your muscles when to let go. There is also the matter of timing. A small, steady rhythm often beats a large, rare effort. If mornings are your weak point, move more of your protein to breakfast. If evenings bring cramps, give your body minerals and a gentle dose of salt earlier in the day, and a calmer plate at night. Listen for the pattern, it repeats. Many people try to push change by force and then they fold. We will avoid that trap. We will move by clarity. Set a simple frame for 7 days. Eggs in the morning, fish or poultry later. Greens as a thread through the day, and water steady like a companion. Let this be your small vow. What would it feel like to keep a promise you can actually keep? There is another ally often ignored. The unseen breath between bites. When you chew slowly, the chemistry of your body changes. Signals of satiation travel. Tension in the belly lowers. Your stomach becomes a warm field instead of a tight fist. Strength grows better in a warm field. Do not aim for perfection. Aim for attention. The first perfect meal is often the last. The first attentive meal is the beginning of a series. That series, even if simple, rewires your days. It teaches your body that you are consistent, and the body rewards consistency with trust. Trust shows up as steadier balance, fewer cravings, and a feeling that energy is available when you call it. From there, you can do the small acts that return muscle. 2 flights of stairs walked with care, a 10-minute evening stretch, a gentle rise from a chair without using hands. These acts are humble and powerful. Which small act are you willing to repeat for the next 7 nights? Let us address fear directly. Some fear meat, some fear fat, some fear eating at all. Fear is a loud counselor and a poor teacher. We replace fear with measurement. Eat, then notice. Sleep, then notice. Move, then notice. Write 1 line. Keep it simple. After breakfast, calm. Or, after dinner, heavy. The data will guide you better than anxiety ever did. You might also meet an old belief that you must suffer to improve. That belief is not a law, it is a story. You are allowed to improve through care. In fact, recovery demands care. Muscles grow not only from effort, but from how you feed, how you breathe, and how you rest. In the next 3 days, watch for signs of quiet change. More stable steps, less need to snack, softer sleep. These are not small. They are anchors. Let them encourage you to continue when motivation dips. Motivation is weather. Anchors are structure. What if your progress stopped depending on mood and started depending on structure? Now, a sober word about quantity. More is not always more. A palm of protein is often enough for a meal. A handful of greens can carry the minerals you need. A spoon of healthy oil can smooth the system without drowning it. Excess blurs signals. We want crisp signals. Season with purpose. A pinch of salt can prevent night cramps when you have sweat or walked more. A squeeze of lemon helps the taste and the way your body welcomes the meal. A small spice can warm digestion. Stay awake to how each touch changes your experience. This is a conversation, not a lecture. Hydration deserves its own note. Water is not only a drink, it is the medium for every signal. Sip through the day. Add a pinch of salt and a slice of citrus once if you have been active. Avoid flooding yourself at night so sleep stays deep. Let water be steady, not dramatic. If you have felt shame around eating, place it down for these 7 days. Shame does not build strength. Attention does. Replace judgment with pattern. Replace guilt with practice. When you slip, step back into the plan at the next meal. This is how adults change. Not by drama, but by return. When was the last time you chose return over regret? Blavatsky spoke often about will. Will is not anger. Will is direction. Your plate expresses your direction 3 times a day. Your breath expresses your direction 100 times an hour. Your steps express your direction every time you rise. Align these 3 and momentum forms. There is a quiet surprise waiting for you on day 5 or 6. You will notice that you stand up smoother. The chair does not hold you as long. You cross a room and realize you did not think about balance. This is the moment where many quit or coast. Do neither. Nod to the progress and keep the rhythm. At this point, you can add a small practice that multiplies results. After your evening meal, take 5 gentle minutes. Ankle circles, slow calf raises, a light stretch for the hips, a soft roll of the shoulders, 10 calm breaths. This tells the nervous system that the day has a kind ending. Bodies love kind endings. Which 2 movements will you claim as your nightly signal of closure? If you crave dessert, treat it as a ritual rather than a rescue. A square of dark chocolate, a spoon of yogurt with cinnamon, or a baked fruit can close the meal without chaos. Eat it seated, taste it fully, then close the kitchen. The signal is clear. The day is complete. Now consider your environment. Strength is not only in the body, it is in the room. Clear a small space where you can stretch or breathe without obstacles. Place a glass for water where you can see it. Keep your herbs and spices visible so you remember to use them. Make the path of good choices short. If someone in your home doubts you, do not argue. Live the plan. Let results speak on your behalf. Show up to meals with calm. Show up to the evening with small, patient movements. In 2 weeks, your face will carry a quiet proof. People believe calm more than speeches. Have you noticed how your room either drains you or supports you when you eat and move? A word on appetite. It will change. On some days, you will be hungrier. Answer with a little more of what supports the plan, not a random fix. On other days, you will feel light and need less. Trust that too. Flexibility inside structure is not weakness. It is wisdom. If you wake at night with a cramp, check your day. Did you drink enough? Did you add a pinch of salt to your water after sweat? Did you eat a food with steady minerals? Adjust the next day without anger. The body is not attacking you. It is asking for a clearer message. The foods we chose in this chapter are not moral symbols. They are tools. Eggs bring complete letters for repair. Fish brings the oil of peace. Poultry brings clean support. Greens bring the mineral of release. The order can change, but the conversation stays the same. Repair, calm, support, and release. If you cannot afford fish this week, use eggs and poultry, and add a spoon of ground seeds to your meals. If you do not tolerate dairy, lean more on greens and a little salt to help the night. If you cannot cook long, cook simple and cook often. There is always a door that is open enough. Which door can you walk through today without waiting for a perfect tomorrow? Here is a quiet test of alignment. Tomorrow, after breakfast, climb a flight of stairs with attention. Do not rush. Feel the way your foot meets the step. Sense the push of the calf, the guidance of the hip, the quiet brace of the belly. Stop at the top. Notice your breath. If it is calmer than last week, you are inside the plan. When evening comes, review your day in 3 lines. 1 line for food, 1 line for movement, 1 line for sleep preparation. Do not judge, describe. The next morning, adjust by 1 small degree. This micro-course correction is how ships cross oceans. Finally, carry Blavatsky's counsel as a pocket note. Align the visible act with the invisible aim. Eat as someone who intends to move freely. Breathe as someone who intends to think clearly. Walk as someone who intends to arrive. In a few days, you will recognize yourself in the mirror of small kept promises. Are you ready to let quiet evidence replace loud excuses? And take the next step before the day ends. You and I now enter the evening, when the body asks for calm and the frame asks for care. This is the hour when many people feel heaviness in the legs and fear the next step. It is also the hour when the day can be repaired if you choose the right signals. Imagine a room lit by a small lamp, a plate that is simple, and a breathing pace that is slow. Imagine the body receiving the message. You are safe, you are fed, you are allowed to release. Helena Blavatsky would call this alignment between the visible and the invisible. We will build that alignment tonight, so your morning stands taller. Let me tell you about Mara, a retired teacher from a cold coastal town. She wrote that her calves would seize like ropes at 2 in the morning. She started to fear sleep. We asked her to do 3 small things for 7 nights. Add a pinch of salt to her water after a long walk, eat a calm plate at sunset with a mineral-rich green, and sit in silence for 5 breaths before bed. By the 3rd night, the cramps came later and were weaker. By the 6th, they stopped. The big change was not dramatic. It was precise. The body heard a clear signal and obeyed it. There is a global pattern here. Across continents, many adults arrive at evening dehydrated and under-mineralized. Surveys suggest that a large part of the world lives with low vitamin D, especially where sun is limited or where people work indoors. Women and men who sit long hours and move in short bursts often report night cramps and heavy legs. These are not signs of failure. They are the result of mixed messages. Your system can learn to listen again if you speak in a clear voice. Begin with the frame itself. Bone. Bone is not dead stone. It is active and listens to your choices. It needs calcium, vitamin D, and vitamin K to hold a strong shape. It needs protein to build the matrix that the minerals can fill. It needs steady movement to keep the message alive. When you bring these elements together at day's end, you strengthen the frame while you sleep. Many people think of dairy first. If your body tolerates it, A small bowl of yogurt or a piece of aged cheese can support bone and calm the nerves. If you do not tolerate dairy, the world is not closed. Sardines with bones are a quiet source of calcium. Leafy greens bring vitamin K, which helps calcium go where it belongs. Sesame seeds, almonds, and tofu made with calcium salt can help. Simple truth: there are many doors to the same room. Here is an unexpected fact that helps many viewers. A boiled potato carries more potassium than a banana, and an avocado often does as well. Potassium helps the muscle relax after it contracts. This does not mean you must stop eating bananas. It means you have more options than you think. This small shift can calm the legs at night. Consider also magnesium, the mineral of relaxation. Many people do not meet daily needs. Dark greens, beans, nuts, and seeds help close that gap. A small handful of pumpkin seeds after dinner can be a quiet ally. Epsom salt baths help some people, not because the salt enters deep, but because warmth and ritual tell the body to soften. The body listens to chemistry and to story. The story matters. Yara from Sao Paulo used to eat a heavy dinner at 9, scroll for an hour, and fall asleep anxious. She felt old in the morning. We changed the order. She ate earlier. She made a small plate with fish or poultry, a green and olive oil. She dimmed her lights. She stretched her calves. She wrote one grateful line. In 3 weeks, she climbed stairs without fear. She was the same person. Only the evening had a new meaning. The world numbers point to the same lesson. In many countries, 1 in 3 adults reports poor sleep. In older age, many people wake with cramps at least once a month. Vitamin D insufficiency is common on every continent, even in sunny places, due to indoor life and protective clothing. Fractures from weak bones are a major cause of loss of independence. We do not share this to frighten you, but to show that your experience has a pattern, and patterns can be changed, one evening at a time. Now let us turn toward the plate. For the evening meal, choose a format that is easy to repeat. Keep protein calm and moderate. Add a green that carries magnesium and vitamin K. Add a source of potassium. Add a small amount of healthy fat. Salt with care, especially if you walked more, sweated, or live in heat. Close the meal with a clear ritual. Wash the dish, turn off kitchen lights, breathe 10 times and leave the room. The body learns from closure. If your legs feel heavy, test this small sequence for 7 nights. 40 minutes before bed, drink a glass of water with a pinch of salt and a squeeze of lemon. Eat a small bowl of yogurt with a spoon of seeds, or a piece of fish with greens if you prefer savory. Do 5 ankle circles, 5 slow calf raises, and 10 gentle breaths. Write 1 line about the day. This is not complex. It is exact. Many people feel the change by night 4. Think of sleep as a skill. You can train it. Lower light, lower volume, lower speed. The nervous system will copy what it sees. If your phone glows, your body thinks noon. If your room whispers, your body thinks night. Basic changes matter. Cooler air, darker room, simple bedding, and a clear mind. People across cultures sleep better when their evenings are quieter. You can choose this. There is a quiet surprise about cramps that most people do not know. Lack of movement can cause cramps as much as overuse. If you sit still all day, muscles hold tension like a clenched fist. Short, gentle movement near bedtime helps. Walk in the hallway, flex and extend your ankles. Massage a little oil into your calves. These small acts tell your limbs, you are allowed to release. The body hears simple words. A last note for part 4. Do not argue with your body at night. Do not say it is wrong. Say it is asking. Then answer. A small glass of water. A pinch of salt if you have sweat that day. A stretch. A calmer plate. These are the answers. Repeat them. The body believes repetition more than promises. When it believes, it cooperates. When it cooperates, you sleep. We now step from the calm of evening into the green heart of day. Plants carry a form of energy that is quiet and steady. They do not rush the system. They clean it. They let your muscles work without inflammation. They let your mood hold steady. This is not an ideology, it is a function. Consider an old farmer in the Andes who eats a bowl of quinoa with beans and greens before walking to his field. He is not thinking about amino acids. He is thinking about the mountain and the weather. Yet his bowl carries complete protein, iron, magnesium, and slow energy. This is green alchemy. The simple foods become a long, stable line of power through the morning. Look at the numbers and see a friend. Across the world, people who eat more greens and legumes tend to report better blood sugar control and more stable energy. In places where beans and lentils are a daily habit, many elders keep strong legs into later years. This does not mean plants are perfect or magic. It means they are reliable. Reliability is what builds strength over time. Spinach and kale are not glamorous, but they are generous. They carry magnesium, which helps muscles contract and relax with grace. They carry vitamin K, which helps calcium go to bone. A cup at lunch is not a decoration. It is a tool. A handful at dinner is not an afterthought. It is a message to the nervous system. You can let go when the day ends. Beans and lentils are slow drums. They bring protein and iron. They carry fiber that feeds the friendly bacteria in your gut. These bacteria speak to your immune system and your brain. Many people report calmer moods and steadier cravings after 2 weeks of regular legumes. The change is simple. The effect is wide. Nuts and almonds are small oil lamps. They bring helpful fats and minerals. They take the edge off hunger without a crash. A handful in the afternoon can prevent the evening binge that ruins the night. If you fear the calories, test the effect. Many people eat less later when they add a smart handful earlier. The body likes prevention more than rescue. Quinoa is a grain that acts like a bridge. It carries a more complete set of amino acids than many grains. It holds iron and magnesium. It cooks in minutes. It pairs with greens, beans, fish, or poultry. It takes on any flavor. It solves arguments between taste and time. Here is an unexpected fact that helps busy workers. A boiled potato that has cooled and been reheated forms more resistant starch. This can be easier on blood sugar for some people. It also brings more potassium. A small potato at lunch with greens and a protein can keep energy smooth for hours. Test it. Let your own numbers teach you. The story of Wei from Guangzhou shows how plants and practice can reshape a life. Wei worked night shifts and ate in a hurry. His legs ached by dawn. He started packing a simple box: quinoa, spinach, a small portion of chicken, and a piece of fruit. He added a handful of nuts at 3 a.m. He walked a quiet hallway for 5 minutes before clocking out. In 1 month, he stopped fearing stairs. His colleagues asked if he had joined a gym. He had joined a plan. Global health reports warn that many people do not meet daily targets for fiber, iron, magnesium, and potassium. At the same time, many people overfeed on calories without feeding these minerals. This is why the body is full and starved at once. The solution is not more volume, it is more signal. Plants send strong signals without noise, they are clear. Do not make plants a dogma, make them a habit. Add a green to each plate. Add a legume to one meal. Add a handful of nuts when the afternoon thins out your will. Add a fruit that supports your evening calm. Keep it repeatable. Repetition builds identity. You become the person who eats like this because it works. You may ask, do plants make you weak? The answer is no if you plan with care. You can pair plant protein with eggs or fish or poultry. You can use quinoa to complete the amino pattern in a simple bowl. You can add olive oil for absorption. You can salt to taste when you sweat or live in heat. You can listen to your body and adjust. There is no single recipe for all lives. There is a clear method for yours. Another story. Fatima in Casablanca wanted to keep dancing at family weddings. Her knees hurt. She added a noon bowl of lentils with lemon, cumin, and parsley. She swapped sweet tea for water with mint. She ate dinner 1 hour earlier and made it smaller. She stretched her calves while the rice cooked. At the next wedding, she stayed on the floor for 3 songs. Her nephew filmed her. She cried when she saw the video. She said, "I have returned to myself." Notice how none of these stories depend on perfect conditions. They depend on small, repeatable acts. You can do this anywhere. A can of beans can become a meal with olive oil, salt, lemon, and parsley. Frozen spinach can become a support with garlic and water. A potato, an egg, and a handful of greens can become a full plate in 10 minutes. This is not theory, it is practice. If your budget is tight, plan the week on 1 page. Buy beans, lentils, eggs, greens, potatoes, and 1 or 2 proteins you like. Cook 1 pot of legumes.
Cook a tray of potatoes. Boil a few eggs. Wash and store greens. Now your week is ready. Your decisions are lighter. Your success is more likely. People fail from decision fatigue as much as from lack of knowledge. If your culture has strong food traditions, do not fight them. Adapt them. Use the spices you love. Use the cooking methods you trust.
Keep the structure. Protein for repair, greens for minerals, plants for endurance, water for signals, and calm for the night. The structure is what makes tradition support your future instead of your past. Before we close this part, return to the idea of meaning. Plants are not only nutrients, they are mood. A green bowl at noon tells your mind, I choose clarity. A calm evening plate tells your heart, I choose rest. A handful of nuts at 4 tells your body, I choose steadiness over impulse. These are simple sentences. The body learns them well. Now test yourself. For the next 3 days, add 1 green at lunch, 1 legume at either lunch or dinner, 1 small potassium source in the evening, and 1 calm ritual before sleep. Write a check mark when you do it. At the end of day 3, climb your stairs or walk your block. Feel your legs. Notice your breath. Pay attention to the quality of your attention. It will be different. The world around you will not slow down, but your body can. The news will not get softer, but your steps can. Plants, minerals, and simple rituals are not a retreat from life. They are tools to meet life with a steady hand. When your legs are steady, your mind has room to think, and your heart has room to choose. You are close to a threshold. The night can become a place of repair. The day can become a place of clear action. In the next chapter, we will bring the green hearth to your hand and lock this into a daily plan that does not break when life gets loud. For now, stand up, drink a small glass of water, and take 10 quiet steps. Feel the frame hold you. This is the beginning of steadiness that stays. You have walked with me this far, and by now you have felt at least 1 quiet change. Steadier steps on a hallway, fewer sudden cramps, a calmer mind when evening comes. Hold that feeling for a breath. This is proof that your body still listens when you speak in a clear, kind voice. Helena Blavatsky said that will is a quiet line that connects intention and action. Tonight we will draw that line into your daily life so it does not fade when the day gets loud. What begins as a choice can become a rhythm. What begins as a rhythm can become your nature. The plan is simple, specific, and forgiving. It respects different budgets, schedules, and cultures. It does not require perfect conditions. It requires attention and repetition. Imagine your next 7 days as a small apprenticeship. Each day you will speak 4 clear sentences to your body. Repair, calm, support, release. You will use food, breath, and movement to say them. Midiyaka. Order can adapt. The meaning stays constant. Start with a morning that is short and steady. Drink a glass of water when you wake. Sit for 30 seconds with your feet on the floor and feel the weight pass through your heels. Eat a breakfast that carries complete letters for repair. 2 eggs are the simplest form. If you prefer plants, use a bowl of quinoa with nuts and a spoon of yogurt or a plant alternative you trust. Add a piece of fruit or a small boiled potato if your morning is long. Add a pinch of salt if you will sweat. This is not a feast. It is a signal. Today I will move. After breakfast, climb 1 flight of stairs or stand up and sit down from a chair 10 times with control. Smile once at the top to mark success. This smile is not decoration. It tells your nervous system that the effort was safe. Build your midday as a bridge, not a cliff. Choose a protein you can repeat without drama. Fish if you like it, poultry if it is easier, legumes if that is your culture or your budget. Wrap it in a green, even a simple one from a bag or freezer. Add olive oil or a handful of nuts. If you work long hours, pack this in the morning so you do not rely on hunger to make a wise choice. Drink water through the afternoon in small sips. If you tend to crash at 4, take 6 deep breaths, eat a handful of nuts or a piece of fruit, and step outside if you can for 2 minutes of light. Do not fight the dip. Guide it. Shape your evening as a landing, not a fall. Eat 1 plate, not 2. Keep the protein calm and the portion modest. Add a potassium source, avocado slices, a boiled potato, or a banana if that is what you have. Add a green that carries magnesium and vitamin K. Salt lightly if you have walked more or the weather is hot. After you wash the plate, do 5 ankle circles, 5 calf raises, a light stretch for hips and back, and 10 slow breaths. Write 1 line about the day. If you wake at night, treat it as a message, not an attack. Drink a small glass of water and stretch your calves for 1 minute. Return to bed without a screen. Create a simple map for 7 days and keep it visible. On paper, write 3 lines for each day. Breakfast plan, lunch plan, dinner plan. Add a small box for water, a small box for movement, and a small box for evening ritual. When you complete a box, mark it. When you miss a box, do not erase the day. Leave it visible. You are training reliability, not perfection. Reliability builds trust inside the body, and trust unlocks movement. Use the 2-minute doorway whenever you feel stuck. If you cannot cook a full meal, boil 2 eggs and wash a handful of greens. If you cannot walk 15 minutes, walk 2 and turn back. If you cannot do the full evening sequence, do the ankle circles and breaths. The doorway exists to end the debate with yourself. You can always do 2 minutes. 2 minutes protect the identity you are building. Set, if then plans to remove confusion. If breakfast is rushed, then I drink water. Eat a boiled egg or yogurt and carry a fruit. If lunch is social, then I choose a plate with a protein and a green and stop at 70% fullness. If dinner is late, then I cut the portion in half and add a hot tea. If I crave sweets after 9, then I have a square of dark chocolate seated at the table, or I brush my teeth and close the kitchen. If a cramp wakes me, then I stretch and sip water and breathe 10 times. Simple rules stop chaos. Build a small kit that lives in your home or bag. A bottle for water, a small container of nuts or seeds, a packet of salt, a lemon, a folding fork or spoon. Add a printed 7-day map and a pen. Add a note that says, repair, calm, support, release. This is your traveling altar. It keeps your plan alive in noisy places. Measure what matters in a kind way. Each morning, do the chair test. Stand and sit 10 times with control. Each evening, climb 1 flight of stairs with attention. Count your breaths at the top. Write the number. Notice if the number drops over the week. Notice if your steps feel kinder. Once a week, measure your waist or the way your pants fit. These are practical markers. Avoid the scale if it confuses you. You are building function first. The mirror will follow. Protect your kitchen from decision fatigue. Keep a bowl of washed greens at eye level. Keep boiled eggs ready. Keep a jar of cooked lentils or beans in the fridge. Keep potatoes cooked and ready to reheat. Keep yogurt or a chosen alternative on the shelf. Keep olive oil, salt, garlic, and lemon within reach. Keep spices you love where you can see them. Hide the snacks that call your name at night. If they must stay for others, place them in a box on a high shelf. Make the good choice the easy choice. Expect resistance and plan for it. There will be nights when you want to skip the ritual. Do half of it. There will be days when the meal goes off plan. Return at the next meal without comment. There will be people who laugh or argue. Do not sell your plan to anyone. Live it. Blavatsky wrote that the deepest laws are silent. Let your progress speak for you. In 2 weeks, the same people may ask for your map. Invite 1 person to witness your apprenticeship without controlling it. Send a message each night with 3 words. 8, moved, slept. Or 3 numbers. 1 for breakfast, 1 for movement, 1 for ritual. If the number is 0, you still send it. The goal is continuity, not praise. You learn to show up for yourself, and the witness keeps the light on. Use language that keeps you free. Say, I choose, instead of I must. Say, I return, instead of I failed. Say, I am learning, instead of I am bad. Use the simplest possible words because the nervous system listens to tone more than poetry. Speak to your body the way you would speak to a trusted friend who is afraid of the dark. Calm, firm, warm. Every week, hold a small reflection. 10 minutes is enough. Ask 3 questions and write short answers. What helped? What hurt? What will I change by 1 degree? If cramps returned, review water, salt, potassium, and evening movement. If hunger roared at night, review your afternoon snack and your dinner portion. If energy dipped in the morning, Review sleep timing and breakfast protein. Do not add 5 new rules. Adjust one lever. Track small milestones so your mind sees proof. The first night without cramps. The first week with 7 check marks for water. The first time you carried heavy bags without fear. The first time you chose a calm plate in a loud place. The first time you climbed stairs and felt light. These are not minor. They are evidence that your identity has changed from hoping to doing. When setbacks happen, perform the 3-step repair. Stop, scan, steer. Stop the spiral with a breath and a glass of water. Scan for the single missing element. Did I skip protein, greens, water, or ritual? Steer the next action. Boil an egg, eat a bowl of beans, stretch your calves, close the kitchen. You do not need to explain your setback. You need to steer out of it. The quicker you steer, the smaller the cost. Give your evenings a shape that your heart can love. Dim the lights at the same time. Place your cup for water on the same table. Turn on a song that slows your breath. Thank your legs for their work, even if they hurt. Gratitude is not a trick. It ends the day with meaning, and meaning steadies behavior. Bodies accept guidance better when they feel respected. Carry forward 3 always rules and 3 never rules to keep your boundaries strong. Always drink water on waking. Always include a green at lunch and dinner. Always perform a 2-minute movement before bed. Never eat standing after 9. Never scroll in bed. Never explain your plan to people who argue in bad faith. When you forget a rule, forgive and return. Forgiveness is a practical tool. It prevents the delay that ruins momentum. After 7 days, expand to 14 with the same frame. Add 1 variation each week so the plan stays alive. Change your green, change your legume. Rotate fish and poultry. Experiment with a spice that you love. Keep the structure steady while the surface shifts. This keeps your brain curious and your discipline warm. At the end of 28 days, retake your simple tests. Time your chair rises, count your breaths after the stairs, notice your sleep. Ask a final question for this chapter. Do I trust my body more now than a month ago? If the answer is yes, you have done more than change food. You have changed the conversation between your mind and your muscles. If the answer is not yet, you still have a clear map. Walk it again. Each return writes a deeper line of will. You are not racing anyone. You are returning to yourself. There will be noisy weeks and quiet weeks. The plan does not punish you for being human. It holds you while you remember. This is why we chose simple tools. Eggs and greens, fish or poultry or legumes, potatoes or avocado or bananas, water and salt and lemon, breath and movement and sleep. These tools fit in every life. They do not need applause to work. They only need your presence. If you have read to this point, you already carry a stronger presence than when you began. Take one more breath and choose your next small act before you leave this page. Fill your bottle. Boil 2 eggs. Wash a handful of greens. Place a potato in water to boil. Send a message to your witness. Write a line that says, "I will return tonight." Then do the day you want to remember. When you are ready, step into the next stage with us. Subscribe to the channel so you receive the full 7-day map and the short nightly routine that anchors this practice. Like the video if it helped you see one clear step you can take today. Share your questions or your story in the comments. Keep it anonymous if you wish. Your words may steady someone who feels alone at 2 in the morning. We will be there, reading, answering, and walking this plan with you, one quiet, reliable day at a time.